What's up, guys? I'm an AUSSIE Metalhead, and I'm not doing a classic album this time. So, Grammys dropped their nominations, and this is the first year that I felt like I've actually listened to enough music for me to be able to have any opinion on this. I've listened to about like 250 albums across 2024 and 2025, and I've been trying to do that so I can make my own best albums list for 2025. So yeah, I thought to jump into it. The Grammys nominations for Record of the Year is Apt by Rose, Bruno Mars, The Subway by Chappell Roan, Luther by Kendrick Lamar with SZA, Abracadabra, Wildflower by Billie Eilish, Anxiety by Doechii, Man Chavez, Sabrina Carpenter, and DTMF by Bad Bunny. And on this album, the only songs I haven't heard is the Bad Bunny album, because I haven't listened to the Bad Bunny album yet. But on this one, I actually think that the ones I would like to see win is, like, I think The Subway could probably get it, and it would be alright. Abracadabra could be pretty decent. But I think Luther is probably just going to get it because Grammys does factor in the stuff that happens outside of the music a lot of the time, and Kendrick Lamar has just had a massive run. And I think they do factor in the stuff outside due to the fact that the voting process that we have learned is it's everyone in every category voting once for something to be nominated. So like, let's say a pop jazz vocalist or a classical musician still has a vote on the pop music landscape, and they're the ones that nominate it, right? And that means that when someone is able to do the Eras tour with Taylor Swift, or Kendrick Lamar's massive stadium tours right now, it means that they have more buzz around them for the point so that the people who are unaware of this category will know about them more often, so they'll vote for them. And that's how it kind of works. And yeah, I think that in this field, and you'll see this as like a commonality throughout the entire thing, the albums and songs nominated is somewhat weak compared to what actually was dropped this year. And Kendrick Lamar is nominated in every single one, which means that I think he's probably just going to sweep a lot of the time like he did last year. Yeah, so I think Luther's probably going to win. Album of the Year is Chromacopia by Tyler, Creator, Mutt by Leon Thomas, GNX by Kendrick Lamar, Mayhem by Lady Gaga, Let God Sort Him Out by Clips, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter, Swag by Justin Bieber, and I'm not even going to try and butcher the name, by Bad Bunny. And this one, it would be kind of cool because a lot of critics have been loving the Bad Bunny album. It'd be kind of cool to lend him that, especially because there's the Super Bowl coming up. That might happen. But with Chromacopia and GNX are like the front runners in my opinion, because they've won rap album every single year that they've released since 2019 for Tyler, Creator, and 2015 for Kendrick Lamar. And I think this field is kind of weak when it comes to genres outside of that. Like, we have Swag by Justin Bieber, which is absolutely crazy. Like, no one talks about this album being good. Not critics, not users. It didn't even get many streams, so it makes no sense. Which is what a lot of people are saying about Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter, but at least that has streaming success, and that has like popularity behind it. And it is a better album. So it's just weird that Justin Bieber is nominated for this one, especially considering the fact that like The Weeknd is not nominated again. He is snubbed. I don't know a superstar that is snubbed more than The Weeknd. He didn't have any nominations in After Hours. I looked it up. He hasn't had a nomination apart from the one with Hurricane with Kanye West since Starboy. And that's just crazy because he's been the most streamed artist and critically acclaimed darling as well. Like, he's a massive artist and he just doesn't get any nominations. But here you have Justin Bieber getting nominations for Swag, and you got nominations for Yummy in 2020 when After Hours was up. It makes no sense. And my conspiratorial brain instantly just goes to, I know Justin Bieber hates The Weeknd, and he somehow gets onto these lists when he doesn't deserve it to be. Is he somehow making The Weeknd not get on these lists? Which is completely baseless allegations, but like, it just looks so fucking weird. But yeah, out of these albums, honestly, as much as GNX is getting a lot of hate because I think it's just a very popular album, so people are wanting to hate on it, it probably should win this. I think it's better than Let God Sort Them Out. Mayhem, I really do like, but out of every single album here, I haven't heard this one. Out of every single album here, I think GNX is actually the best album, and it deserves to win, and it has the buzz around it to win. So that would be pretty cool, and it means that Kendrick will just keep stacking up those Grammys to the point where he's probably going to be the most Grammy decorated rapper in history, because I think he's on like 21 or something like that, or 22, and then Max is like Jay-Z and I think he's on like 24 tied with Kanye or something like that. And then Song of the Year is Wildflower, Manchild, Luther, Golden, DTMF, APT, Anxiety, Abracadabra. I honestly just think like the ones that are probably going to win is Abracadabra. I don't think Abracadabra is actually going to win. I think maybe like Manchild or Luther. It'd be kind of cool. Any Bad Bunny wins will be actually kind of cool. Especially because there's a lot of controversy around him performing at the Super Bowl. So I think there is a chance that he can get some of that backing there, especially because that album is apparently really well received by critics and users. But probably going to be Luther because it's the most streamed album, the most streamed song, and it's also from decorated artists. So that could possibly be the win. Best new artist, if I'm being straight up honest, I don't care too much about this one. Somber is a Nepo baby, so it'd be kind of shitty if he won that. But whoever you like the most out of here, that's that one. Addison Rae dropped a decent album, I guess. I'm not massively too miffed on who wins this one. Solo performance. I think out of these ones, the Subway is probably the best track of this one. Like I would like to see it to go chaperone here. Duo performance. If I'm being honest, I don't have. I'm assuming Defying Gravity is just gonna win it. This feels like the biggest moment out of all of these tracks. Maybe a K-pop Demon Hunter will hit it, which is interesting because that came out like relatively recently. Pop vocal album. I don't know, out of all of these, like it would be really cool if Miley Cyrus is Something Beautiful won this, because I'm not sure if her 2023 Flowers won anything. But that was like significantly less than this, and this is like an actually like pretty daring album, and it'd be kind of cool if she won off of that. I'd be happy if Mayhem won that. I would be angry if Swag won it. And Man's Best Friend is like, sure, go for it. I don't, like, people hate on this album. It's not that good, but it's not that bad either. So, and she's a massive name, so it kind of makes sense. Dance pop songs. What's interesting here is like you have dance pop recordings and you have the dance pop albums, right? At some point has like You Sexy Are on it, and there's no songs from FKA Twigs on this, which makes me think that she probably is not going to win it, which is sad because there are a lot of good songs from that. You have perfect. You have Wanderlust, which is a really nice track, and I think that one would be a really good shout. But of these ones, it would be interesting if Tate McRae won because I don't really see her as a Grammy winning artist, but I don't know. I think maybe Lady Gaga has like the most name power, and it's a track that is very well done and it's popular. So I wouldn't be surprised if Lady Gaga won that one. Electronic album, FKA Twigs. Yeah. I would love if FKA Twigs won this because that album is really fucking gorgeous. I would absolutely want it. Be so happy. I wouldn't be surprised if Pink Panthers or Skrillex won it either. When it comes to rock performances, okay, this is cool because Changes. This is good. Like this is a nice performance from Youngblood, and what I find really interesting is the disconnect between some rock artists like Youngblood or MGK with the Grammys compared to like public opinion, because critics have a lot stronger opinion on Youngblood and artists have a lot stronger opinion on Youngblood and MGK's rock than any of the general public, and I just think that's due to a lot of bad PR. Big weirdly, I don't know why for Youngblood because he doesn't have really that much bad PR, but with MGK it has bad PR. But like those artists, because they get like #1 rock albums, and like MGK had like #1 album for 2 times in a row back to back with rock and whatever. You have like people like Rolling Stone, Bob Dylan that always love Mick Jagger from Rolling Stones and like Bob Dylan that loves on these 2 artists. So I'm not too shocked that the Grammys are nominating it, but it's kind of interesting how there's like this sect of critics and popular musicians that absolutely love them, but the general public seem to hate them. But this is a decent one. I would, if I'm being honest, the best track here in my opinion is Metazapine by Hayley Williams. This is a gorgeous song. I would love to see if that win. Linkin Park, as I've been a lifelong Linkin Park fan, I absolutely adore them. I wouldn't be too mad if they won that. Changes by Youngblood might get one just due to the fact that Ozzy Osbourne died, so it would be a nice gesture. But I don't know how that would come across too much. And then Amel and the Sniffers is an Australian. This is kind of cool. And also, it's interesting that they don't have they're so like new onto the scene that they don't have a hyperlink to their like to themselves. But honestly, most of these tracks would be really cool to win. I will probably go with. I think Changes is probably gonna win it. I would love if Mataz Payne wins. Metal performances. What's really interesting is that Sleep Token is here because like I know Sleep Token is joked about as not metal. That album is definitely not metal. Like that one, it's even under like something like alt pop. It's not even under metal, right? But it's interesting that it's here. I would be so. It'd be interesting if this Spirit Box album won because it has a like it's quite good and it's that's my sleeper pick. But honestly, Sleep Token could win it. They have such a veracity behind them as like a fan base that I think it could win. Just because of popularity. The same thing that I was talking about before. I don't think like these outside influences should win it, or this is what they're thinking about. But when it comes to like voting for who wins this category or voting for who gets nominated, a lot of buzz around something does aid for Grammys to pick it more often. Um, be, because they just know the name more. So why Taylor Swift gets nominated every single year. It's why Justin Bieber gets nominated for every single year, despite the fact that a lot of people would say like Midnight's was her least strong record, and Justin Bieber hasn't made a good record for like a decade. So like that, it's yeah. I think that might mean that like Emergence by Sleep Token actually gets a decent shout. Best rock song. It'd actually be kind of cool if Youngblood won a Grammy. I, as a Youngblood fan that's gone to some of his concerts, it'd be kind of cool if he won it. Because he does get like an undue amount of hate, like, oh, his music is just bad. But I think it's just a bit derivative. But like that kind of just doesn't matter, in my opinion. Like if it's a well done track, who cares? And there's a lot of stuff that's derivative. Like a lot of like the Weeknd stuff is rather derivative, especially Dawn FM to like Michael Jackson. But like who gives a fuck? Because it's amazing music, right? So this one would be kind of cool. Best rock album. It's interesting that IELTS gets nominated again. Um, I would love, and it just should be Private Music that wins this. It just should. It was a really good album. It's stunning. This one should just win it. Alternative music performance. Parachute is an interesting one because I don't even, is that the best? I'm not sure. For me, like, there are other tracks I prefer over it. But obviously, I would love if the Hayley Williams one won it. Music album. Ego Death Row Bachelorette Party would be sick if it won it. It's interesting that Tyler Creator has two different albums that are nominated. Because he's just been pumping out so much music. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if The Cure won it. I haven't heard it, but this one had so much buzz around it. Like, it's like the number one rated album for that year on Album of the Year and stuff like that. So, I wouldn't be surprised. Alright, best rap performance is Darling I, TV Off, Anxiety, Chains and Whips. If I'm being honest, despite the fact that I think GNX is getting way too much hate recently, I wouldn't be like, and as much TV Off is really cool, I think Low Key Chains and Whips might be a better song. It might be. So I would just pick between these two, and I would be kind of like, that's a good like underdog pick in some way to have the Chains and Whips one over the TV Off, because obviously TV Off had such a massive success with the Super Bowl. But that'd be kind of cool. But I'd be very happy if TV Off won it. Obviously, no one will be happy if Anxiety won it. And I'm not even a Doechii hater. I actually kind of like Doechii's stuff. It's just like that song has so much hate around it that like if they want to like get controversy, this one winning would do that. Best rap performance. How is Drake nominated? That album was bad. How? Crazy. I actually think just Luther might win this one as well. Best rap song. Birds Don't Sing. That's a really nice pick. That's a really nice pick that they did that for the Clips album. I kind of hope it's Clips or Kendrick. The best rap album, I think, just GNX, because GNX is better than Let Go Sold 'Em Out. So I think GNX should just win it, and it has the buzz around it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this is not too bad. I appreciate you guys. I love you. Thank you for the support. The support on the fucking Rosalia album is crazy. Just my best performing video, and it's been kind of surreal how supportive everyone has been, and I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching.